Alright, this solo on Vikendi. It's a fairly unique southern flight path. You don't see this one all the time. And most people decided to jump pretty early, it looks like. And I figured I'd do try to get north a little bit, which looks like a lot of people did. Try to get to the good old villa. Tovar was very popular. We had three guys here, including me. I knew there was some guys over there, but you just really want to loot up and get decent before you push if possible. These guys take care of each other. And soon I will meet M Diver here after I get looted. I think he got a little bit too complacent, a little too happy with controlling this middle building here. Didn't really seem to realize that a third person had landed. He should have been a little bit more alert for that, because I had already heard and seen him prodding around here. He sees my head in the window there, but he doesn't actually notice it. And it becomes a fairly easy kill. Proving once again that UMP always beats Vector. Alright, so I knew it's gonna be a good time to loot up. Secured my compound. Running all the way through it. Check all these different loot spots. You can find stuff all over Villa, as with a lot of the places on this map. So it's important to get comfortable with an area that you really like, or a few, and know all those little loot spots will help you out a lot in the long run. Silenced dump and an M16. All level 2 equipment, so definitely done better here, but it's nothing to scoff at. It's serviceable. And I decided to leave and keep looting, but as I decided to do that, we have this crackhead over here that just decides to shoot this wall over and over. And I heard it. At this point I could kind of tell it was just some guy messing around, shooting a wall for whatever reason, try to attract people. But he stops right as I get close. He'll actually hear me. Right there, he hears me. At that point it's already too late. Grenade goes in. I want you guys to take a look at this nade again. Frags are the best throwable in this game. Smokes maybe in squad, but perfect throw, perfect cook, nothing you can do. I didn't know for sure he was in the building. I knew it was that one or this one, but I was pretty sure it was the closer one. He was being so loud, and his little strategy backfired. help me get stronger. At that point, I knew potentially some people would come to punish all that noise he was making. But more likely than not, they probably already showed up around when I did. So I just decided to move more towards middle, get better positioning when the plane drop happens. This guy spots me way before I spotted him. But he does not know how to lead a target very well, as we see there. So I kept missing his pretty little head until finally got a hit on him there. Finish him off. That was definitely a case of that guy just not shooting well or not being that good of a player in general, because he should have been able to at least hurt me pretty well when I was running to the tree initially. I knew there was a package. This guy decided to swim for it. Stole Homeboy's SLR, silenced SLR, so he really helped me out a lot, this guy right here, by not being a very good shooter with it. Silence dump, silence SLR, some level 3 gear. Feeling a lot better. I also had an 8x from earlier. Now, I didn't know exactly where the package was. I know there was a guy swimming, but this guy on the other side of the water there, he saw this guy swimming, so he kind of nicely for me was pestering this guy. And of course, you can't stay underwater too long with the new swim mechanics. Swimming is just so dangerous after they nerfed it months and months back. I had it 0 to 300 meters there, so it made it hitting him a lot easier. Hit him twice. You can see him a little bit behind the rock there. Boom. Nice long kill. Silence, so I was actually pretty afraid of someone coming up to my spot here at this point. As we can see on the map, no one's very close at all. But I knew it was pretty good positioning here. I knew there's going to be guys at castle, obviously. Thought there'd be more, but Scourge Effect was guarding it. So in a situation like this, I just played, letting the circle tell me what to do, and the circle told me, you still have a very good spot, so hold it. Which I did. And I was mostly afraid of these guys coming in from the north. Heard quite a bit of fighting. Decided I might want to pop over here and hold the border a little bit. Keyword a little bit because I didn't want to overextend and have to run all that back anyways. So Buddy right there, he was very close to running by me, but he didn't. So my camping spot almost worked, but as it happens a lot, he just ran by it a tiny bit. I've been watching this shore here for a while. Knew it was probably most likely safe, which it was, and set up shop here. I knew it was going to get real hairy, not just because it always gets hairy late game, but when you have bridges involved and the castle island involved, it's just going to be quite the bloodbath. Looking for easy kills without committing to anything. Finally move in and get a nice spot right there on the edge. Wopar here thinks he's clear, doesn't realize that I'm right by his flank. In fact, let's look there. He peeks over to where I was. But he did not zoom in. Doesn't give it any second thought, really. Gotta be really careful about making assumptions late game. So he's moving around. I see he's got the level 3 helmet. Still want to headshot him. Get a couple hits on him. Now it's time for aggression. It's all about knowing how to shift gears, just like Michael Jordan did in basketball back in the day. Yes, he's healed. He doesn't even know. Not the smartest player. He didn't even really realize where I was shooting him from. I got a couple foot hits in there, and then I do a rope-de-dope move here. Act like I'm going to flank right rock. Really pull back left. Completely out of position, Wopar is. I don't want to pick on this guy too much, but he basically got worked 3 times in one play. You see him, he thinks I'm coming to his left. Dead. Adding little nuances like that into your game will really pay off in the long run. Gotta know how to bunker people. Alright, back to my perspective. So I knew there's the castle people by the bridge over there, but they are a little bit hard to locate. Do a lot of damage to a guy under the bridge there. But unfortunately, can't kill him. Notice that I do have the 4x and the 8x. Very smart and important to have both those scopes, or a 4 and a 6, something like that if possible. You want to be able to rotate different distances and scenarios. 8x is obviously amazing at long range, but it can sort of bog you down if you're using it too close, even if they're pulled back. So here I was trying to get cover while still worrying about 2 different flanks and angles. High flyer hit me, but luckily the other 2 guys were preoccupied with being on top of each other. As you see here, they're kind of busy with that. Maybe if one of them had been more aggressive, they could have hit me from a different angle. But that's not how they played the game. High flyer killed one of them. Couldn't locate this guy because he had a nice little cover spot. Kind of hard to see him. Thankfully for me, I played it peaceful enough that you'll see here, as the blue pushes in, these 2 guys end up fighting each other. I want to show you something right before that. Heavy fighter here, he misses a perfect headshot opportunity. On his screen, he actually sees this guy go prone right here. He could have had an easy headshot, but he was looking in the wrong area. Whether that ended up benefiting me or not, probably it benefited me, because they get into a firefight where they both take heavy damage. It's just a prime example of his 8x scope actually hurting him. As soon as they start fighting, I engage, kill high flyer extremely easy. A little bit of trouble locating this guy, but you'll see that I employ the bullets as a shield scenario here pretty well. Suppressing fire. don't hit him, but I force him to hide. Get more bullets out. Now I mess up here. In that I didn't realize how far left he was flanking. I still thought he was over by the tree. But thankfully, he shoots a little too early. Because he's shooting and not doing damage, and completely gives away his position. And then to make it worse, he runs. And I want to point that out again. Watch Sinful here. He had to push because of blue zone. Nothing wrong with that, necessarily. But here is where he just makes a really bad mistake. You take shots into a rock? Okay, fine. Keep shooting. If he kept shooting there, he might have won. You got to use your weapon as a shield. Basically giving up right here. You gotta keep shooting there. You can't run there. Any decent player is gonna kill you. So I want you guys to all learn that little lesson. Sometimes you just gotta keep shooting. Especially I popped out right into his line of sight. He could have at least damaged me, possibly killed me and won the barrel. Anyways, that was my first of 3 consecutive wins on Vikendi solo. Be going for my 4th later. And I hope hopefully you guys enjoyed that and learned some tips from it. I'll see you guys all again.